Hey, how's it going? I'm back from my little impromptu hiatus. After the astounding performance and the excellent reception of the last video, I took some extra time to think about what to do next, which was then compounded on by my getting a new day job. I've mostly settled into my new routine and should be back to having something out every week or so. Thank you again if you were here for my last video. It was really cool to see all the discussion in the comments and all the big numbers. On to the actual content then. I wanted to make this as somewhat of a track to follow when Sunbreak gets its release on PlayStation and Xbox. This isn't intended as a full guide to follow, but merely a suggested kind of checklist to help you hit those higher tier hunts. And to do that, we're going to need weapons and armor. The best armor you can get at the lowest master rank is Velkhana, at 123 defense per piece and an excellent skill in Frostcraft. It is accessible at master rank 10. Unfortunately, on Sunbreak's release for PlayStation and Xbox, they will only have access to up to Title Update 3 content, meaning we'll have some extra time to prepare for Velkhana, Risen Valstrax, and whatever monsters come with Title Update 5. That said, it's still worth having some gear at the ready for Velkhana since she has some of the best gear currently available and is a pretty tough fight. Velkhana is weakest to fire, dragon, and blast, so these are the types of weapons we want to have in our arsenal for taking her on. For the general player, I would recommend farming for a Rathalos weapon. Rathalos is a good farm for his weapons and has the upgrade path into Silverloss for extra power. Silver Rathalos is also accessible at Master Rank 10, but you'll need to beat Seething Basilgoose first. On that note, Seething Basilgoose also has good blast weapons, but I have another farm in mind for that. For the advanced players, you could go ahead and farm Violet Mizazune and Flaming Espinus to fast track yourself to more powerful weapons. As for the other blast weapon farm, you can go with Teostra. Teostra's armor has great skills in Critical Eye and Crit Boost, and while farming, you might end up with enough additional parts to make a weapon. Risen Teostra is obviously better and will take you further, but that's a long way off rank-wise, so regular TO armor is a good investment in the meantime. Another two elders you may want to farm for armor are Kushladora and Shigara Magala. These two and Teostra will all be accessible just by playing the main story of Sunbreak. Kush and Shigaru I mostly recommend farming because of their armor's ice defenses. Kush has 3 ice defense per piece and Shigara Magala has 2. Shigaru is also a route to getting yourself a good dragon weapon. For the advanced players, you could go with Chaotic Gormagala instead. It also has 2 ice defense per piece and is a slightly longer farm, needing regular Gormagala and Shigaru parts, but does offer a lot of power. As an alternative source of dragon weapons, you could fight Malzeno or Geismagorm. Some powerful builds use Dereliction from Geismagorm's armor set, and Malzeno has its own good, but situational skills. Geismagorm's weapons are quick to make if you get lucky, but investing in its armor might be a wiser choice in the long term. And finally, my selfish recommendation. This is back to the beginning, Astalos. Astalos has great armor skills for farming other monsters and has Thunder Element weapons. Good for fighting regular Rathalos and is passable for silver. It also has an event quest in the arena, but I'm not sure if that'll be available on release or if we'll need to wait for it to release in a future update. Overall, it's up to you the player to decide what you want to take on. This is all just suggestions to help you prepare for what's to come. Keep an eye out for details on Title Update 5, and good hunting.